So generally what people do is just take out their phone and start shooting with the normal camera app, but then they realize their videos don't look cinematic. So today we're going to talk about two things that you could do from your phone, things that you have to change to get those crispy cinematic videos. Is you can either use a third party app or the pro version in your phone. So I'm going to be talking about the Samsung S23 Ultra. We're going to talk about the Pro Video mode on that. However, any Android phone person can use this Pro Video mode. And the other one is the Blackmagic Camera app, which I'm going to talk about how that camera app takes you to the next level of filmmaking. So right now I'm talking about the Android version, but iPhone people, you can use it too as well. And even though you guys don't have, the Apple does not have the Pro Video mode, you still have those settings in your phone. You can still copy whichever match and get those sharp videos out of your phone itself. Even Apple people can use the Blackmagic Camera app and get those settings right, because the app works for both the phones. So right now, without any further ado, let's get started. What you need to do is go into your Pro Video mode, and then first of all go into your settings right over here, and then go into your camera settings basically, and then go into your advanced video options. You need to turn this to H.264, which is the most compatible versions that you can use, video versions that you can use in any software like Final Cut Pro, Adobe Premiere, DaVinci, or anything else. Second best thing is you need to turn on the composition guide. So what this will do is this will turn on the grid lines that you see in the camera, where you can use your composition right. Basically use the rule of thirds. The next what you need to do is you need to come back into your main camera mode, the Pro mode or the normal camera mode. You will see this option of the resolution on top. So if you want to record in 4K 60 fps, you can use 60 fps. It's something, if you want to record something in slow-mo and you want those b-roll shots, then you can use 60 fps mode. Otherwise, if you are shooting with something very natural and you don't want to slow it down and keep that cinematic look over there, then you can turn down to 24 fps. And while doing so, if you have changed your frame rates to 24, then as per the shutter rule, you should keep 1/150th, which is the closest. I'll keep 1/50th, and that'll give me the natural motion blur in any case. If you do it at UHD 30 fps, 4K 30 fps, then your shutter speed should be 1/160, which is double the frame rate. And if you do 60 fps, then to get that natural motion blur, you should go up to 125 here, since that's the lowest I can get. And so that's what you need to take care of when you are working out with the resolution and the frame rates of the camera. And right now what all you see is been recording from my phone. It is not the S23 Ultra. You might be wondering that I am using the S23 Ultra, which has a better camera and the latest technology in it, but I'm using the S9 Plus to record, and it's all the game of lights. If without the lights, here you see, that's the setup which I do. So that was all about changing your phone settings to get that look that you're trying to achieve, that get that normal cinematic mode. But yes, lights do play a role in it a lot. If I show you, let me turn off this light over here, and let me turn off my studio light, and I'll show you what it's gonna look like. This is with all the room lights that are there. This is not giving you that vibrant look, that cinematic look, what you're trying to achieve, and give you that pro feeling. And now if I turn this off, we're gonna see by yourself how it looks. You saw the difference. And by the way, this is all getting recorded on my S9 Plus, which is almost 8 to 9 years old. So let me talk about this crazy app that you can download for both iPhone and Android users. This is the Blackmagic app that you can use, and the very moment you open this app, you need to do the settings first. So go into your settings. First of all, you have to go into the codec part. The highest quality that you can achieve out of your camera, and which is compatible with most of the platforms, social media platforms, is the HEVC H.265 format. When you go in that, you can either keep the bitrate at max or high, just to be sure of, because if you keep it at max, your file sizes are going to be huge. So just to keep it the right size of your right file size, you can choose the high version, which is the 48 Mbps. The next thing what you're going to do is you can always change your resolution. In this case, since the S23 Ultra can shoot at 8K, so I have this option of shooting at 8K, but I do have 6K and 4K. For now we're gonna do it at 4K. So once this is select, you can always choose which resolution you want to keep. Then when we go down to color space, right now since the S23 Ultra does not have a log profile, so what I can do is I can shoot it in Rec 709. And if you are familiar with HLG 10 versions of color space, they can of course use the BT 2020 HLG 10. But for now I'm going to keep the Rec 7 which will give me the most flexibility to color grade any of the videos. Coming down, you have to go into the camera mode. Next should be your camera mode. You can, if you are taking videos directly for social media, then you can do enable vertical video. So what it does is whenever you turn your phone upside, turn your phone from horizontal to vertical, it will automatically shift to vertical, and you can use that footage ready straight from your phone. Go down to your shutter speed, everything is set. You can also check the reduce noise option, because this will again reduce the noise directly from your phone itself. And you can even use an anamorphic de-squeeze, but for this, if you have an anamorphic lens and you're using it on this camera, then only this option is available, and then only this option is actually worth using it. Then coming down to audio, here you can change the audio features. If you're using an external mic, you can definitely set it over here. It's what this app does is it actually detects that if there's an external mic attached. So if I'm using my Holyland Lark M2 with the phone, I can actually connect it to my phone and use the audio directly from there. The next thing is you can even use this as a monitor and monitor for your DSLR. So this gives you the facility to use your phone as the monitor as well, but right now we are not going in there. Next is when you go into media. Here, you have the options of saving the files to either gallery, or if there is a specific folder that you want to use, you can use an external hard drive to record all your footage. The next best thing about this app is that you can skip the color grading part, because it comes with the LUT manager. It gives you the flexibility to upload your color grade into it, and right off the bat this app comes with around 7 or 8 LUTs that you can directly use over here. So you can directly use this feature, which I'm going to show you right now while recording a video. You can even use your presets. If you have any, you can directly upload it over here. And going back, if I can see right now my LUT is on, let me turn it off, and the LUT is off. Here this camera gives you the flexibility to choose your shutter speed, go up and down, the same as the pro mode in Android version, especially the Samsung. But for all your iPhone users, this is how you actually work your magic. And in the FPS, I can actually use it 24, which is the natural cinematic 24 lens that everybody uses. Here you can also see your histogram in this app, which shows you how much of your light is entering the lens, how much of the colors and the details are getting captured in the in your video. So that is something that you can always use over here. The next thing is there you have the options to choose all the different cameras that you have. Mine one, I have a ultra wide camera, which is the 14 mm, then you have a 22 mm. So as you change the camera, the settings will also change, so that you need to take care of when you're changing the camera and trying to figure out different lenses to shoot your video. And so if I'm going into 1x, my shutter speed is at 1/150. I can of course reduce it down to much lower level, but no, I will not, because my FPS is 24, and as per the rule it should be 1/150, the double your FPS. But here what I can do is I can make it brighter by increasing the ISO of my video. So I think right about there is perfectly normal. And then I can go into the white balance, and here I can change my white balance to whatever tone I want. Since almost it's the night time, I think my LUT is turned on over here, so I've turned it off for now, and this is how it is coming. My color space is different, hence the colors are not showing up pretty well right now over here. But what I can do is I can change the color grading. Right now all the colors will be coming it at the cinema teal grade. This is the day and night version. So this is basically, it's going to show you how the color grade will look in the Rec 709 color space when you will be editing in the post. but you can skip that part as well, because this option gives you the flexibility to record in your particular LUT. So yes, you can actually skip down your color grading portion. So since I'm in the nature, I'm gonna select the nature and I can start recording itself directly. So video is automatically color graded and it's gonna be saved in my gallery and I can directly use over here. If I go in media, here the video is already come down as color graded. It comes with the whole LUT. The next thing what you can do is you can also change the stability, the stabilization. You can always use the optical which your phone camera has already inbuilt. So this optical stability. Alright, so talking about one best thing of this app is that it gives you the flexibility to record in open gate. Now what is open gate? I know this is a hot topic again in the industry because Canon came out with this open gate feature in their cameras. Everybody has been going crazy around it because it gives you the flexibility to record through your whole sensor, not 16:9 ratio, not 1:1 horizontal or vertical, but yes, if you're recording in open gate, you can then later on take out or crop the video in a horizontal mode or a vertical mode, which is like something great that everyone can do. But directly you don't have an open gate. Only iPhone came out with, but not any of the Android. But this app can make any Android phone use its whole sensors.